first big junior day of the Hugh Freeze era at Auburn is upon us, or it will be soon. Saturday, dozens, I think it's safe to say, dozens of top recruits from Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, you name it. These guys are scheduled to come in. We're still building the list. We're still making confirmations with these recruits, but some of the guys so far we have confirmed include, I think I counted about 8 four-star guys. And listen, I'm expecting that number to be doubled by the end of the week.
Yeah, it's going to go way up. I mean, here's the thing. It's a new staff, and they're getting to know – when I say staff, I mean behind-the-scenes people. They're still getting to know people like you and me. Are these people that can be trusted? Are they, reporters? And so information about recruits isn't percolating out as much as maybe it used to. Yeah.
It takes time to build trust.
We're having to work a lot of – listen, that's the way it works. I mean,
sure.
We're not – this is a no BS zone, right? And so we're trying to find out from every kid possible who's coming. We know there's going to be surprises. There always are. They offered a quarterback last week. I got to pronounce the name. Jake
Merklinger. Yep.
Merklinger from Savannah. Now, this guy is apparently the real deal. Yep. But we don't know whether he's going to make it. He hasn't gotten back to us yet. And so, this is a real chance for Hugh Freeze to set the tone early. Listen, they're behind. Believe it or not, even though getting there in December, you're behind in this day and age because schools have been recruiting these younger guys for over a year, right? Mm-hmm. So you're behind. So you're playing catch up. Well, this is a good weekend to get close to caught up, right? Show them the new facilities. Obviously, that's going to blow away a junior. A guy that's been on 100 visits, he's seen everything. But a kid that's, just entering the second semester of his junior season, he hasn't been on that many visits. A few, games and stuff like that. But so there's a chance to still have that wow factor with them with the facilities. Then it's explaining to these recruits, laying out your vision. What we as a program, Hugh Freeze, if I'm Hugh Freeze, here's what I and myself and my program, this is the vision laid out. If you're a receiver, this is what I look for. And this is why I like you. If you're a quarterback, look at what I've done with Malik Willis. Look what I did, the success I had with Chad Kelly and even Bo Wallace at Ole Miss. And so forth and so on. In fact, yesterday, Jeffrey, I was watching the AFC divisional game. Cincinnati Bengals leading tackler. You probably remember this kid. Mike Hilton was a 3-star running back, diminutive, 5'9" running back at Sandy Creek High School, which had, Jaquay Williams. I forget the names. He wasn't one of the bigger name guys.
I think that's where Josh Holsey went.
Holsey went to
I'm thinking it's another
same area. But right. A bunch of guys came out of that school, and he was one of the lower rated guys. Well, Ole Miss signed him, even though he was a running back. They signed him as a DB. He played a ton as a freshman. Yesterday was the leading tackler in the divisional game. Has 6 years in the NFL, and he's making about $2.5 million a year. So if you're Hugh Freeze, you say, hey, not only have I been able to develop talent at receiver and quarterback, but I've been able to identify talent at other positions, and there's your prime example of that right there. So it was a big weekend for Hugh Freeze because also Evan Ingram of the Jacksonville Jaguars, a tight end that they loved at Ole Miss that Hugh Freeze brought in. Again, unheralded guy in high school, now an NFL star and was a first-round draft pick. And so you're able to, as he's getting to know these players, these prospects, this is what I can do. This is who I've developed. This is who I've evaluated when other people misevaluated. And then also just getting to know him. When Walker White, the 4-star quarterback recruit that we think is probably 1 or 2 on the Auburn board, visited a couple weekends ago, you spent a lot of time driving him and his family around campus, I think in a golf cart. And so he's got to continue to show that personal touch. One thing that we see that Gus had a lot, the family vibe that Auburn sells, Hugh's all into that. All right. That's Hugh Freeze personified. So it's kind of a continuation of what Gus Malzahn did. And we're seeing a lot of early successes. Could somebody pop this weekend? Maybe a Jaden Lewis could be close, 4-star cornerback from in-state. So there's a lot going on. And obviously a lot of names are going to pop up this week, and even more. You and I are going to be out there Saturday, and we're going to look at each other and go, I had no idea this guy was coming. There's going to be a lot of those too.